What day is it?
Pull the camper from the storage lot day.
Yay! So we're a little late.
We are.
We've had some life happen, we've had some commitments happen, and we've had
Weather.
weather.
Yes. Colorado is very unpredictable.
Springtime.
Springtime, yes. Last week we had one day with 80 degrees, followed up by winter weather warnings and blizzards.
2 snowstorms.
Yeah, 80 degrees one day, icicles coming off the truck the next. It's Colorado. So here we are. So we have all these great plans. We were going to pull everything together. We're going to create this amazing video and inventory everything we had, and well,
share Excel spreadsheets and things you need.
We know you love those, right?
I do.
Yeah. So here we are. So we're ready to head down to the storage lot, pick up a little house of big, and so we've collected a few things because when we winterized her, which you can check out in this video up here. We covered her with a nice brand new cover and covers over the wheels and things. So we have to take a few things with us to make sure that we can de-winterize her.
Because she's dirty.
She's dirty.
So we need gloves.
Work gloves.
And it's on a torn up asphalt like parking lot.
Yeah,
it's gravelly.
It's crushed recycled asphalt, so it's very rocky.
Yeah, it's unpleasant on your knees.
Yes. So knee pads, work gloves,
moving blanket.
And it's wet since it just snowed.
Yeah. And a tarp, blue tarp.
Yes. And just to make sure that she's legal.
Tags.
Tags.
And
no tickets today.
Keys. Don't forget your keys, part-timers.
That's right. Someone who will go unnamed has done that in the past.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
We only had to turn back once.
Yeah, so
Twice.
We're ready to go grab her. Got to put the trailer batteries in the truck, as well as the expandable ladder so I can get on the top and pull the cover off.
Yep, it's Sunday. We are camping on Friday, so it's supposed to be 60 degrees today. So I'm hoping that it all goes smoothly. So this is real life. While we had great plans for an organized how to de-winterize and organize and restock your camper, honestly, this is probably how you're going to do it too. Last minute.
Off the cuff.
Rolling with the punches. Full-time jobs and other life commitments just don't allow you sometimes to be as organized as you want. So come along with us. Let's do it.
Fasten your seatbelts. I'm a crazy driver.
No, you're not. We got the cover off. Got the wheel covers off.
The covers off. Got the battery hooked up.
Got the anti-sway bars and the weight distribution bars pulled out.
Got the stuff put back in the truck.
Ready to hook her up.
Back her up to the trailer.
Hey baby,
Yeah, honey?
isn't there a piece missing?
I think you're right. So, yeah.
Yeah. This is the rule of camping, right? It's camping, you know? There's things happen and, you know, we gotta go home.
We're going to go get the hitch and we'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah, just a little extra time out of our day, but
Go get a cup of coffee, glass of wine, beer.
yeah.
Nice beverage.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're going to empty the pink stuff, pink antifreeze, out of the lines that we put in when we winterized the trailer. So I've already put a partial amount of water in the tank, and I put a little bleach in there too. We noticed that our tank was starting to smell a little bit at the end of last season, so we're going to sanitize the lines in the tank a little bit. Then we'll dump that out when we get to a campground and refill it with fresh water, flush it out. So with the water already in the freshwater tank and a little bit of bleach, first thing I need to do is turn the pump on. Give that a chance to come up to pressure. Let some air out. It might splash a little. It's not pumping. Let me check and make sure that I have the pump water turned on down here. It is not. It's still in shut-off mode from winterizing. Let's see if we let some air out. There we go. Start a little slow so it doesn't splash too bad. Try to make sure that most of the water is out. We can turn it on. We just run it until it runs clear. It stops running pink. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we'll head to the bathroom and hit the sink and the bathtub and the shower. After we have flushed our tanks and sanitized and all of that, then we will look at scrubbing everything down before our first trip there. If you watched our winterizing video from last season, you will know that we bypassed the hot water, so there is no antifreeze in the hot water. Okay, you can see that some of that pink antifreeze that I put in the bottom of the stool at the end of last season so that it keeps the seal lubricated so it doesn't dry out and crack. That's still in there. That's a good sign. That means that the stool's not leaking. We'll check this one more time.
Good morning. So it's the first day of the first camping trip of 2019.
Yes, it is.
Yay!
And all the fun and excitement that comes with the first shakedown cruise.
Yeah. Let's see. The truck is leaking gas.
Again.
We only brought one dog bowl.
Oops.
We brought no dog beds.
Double oops.
We don't have our outside rug and probably some other things from the garage. But we're only about 20 minutes from the house, so
right.
If it's something really crucial, we can go back.
This is correct.
So sorry about the jump in the video. We intended on showing you us loading it up, but
yeah, we just simply got tired.
And so, this is, I mean, we talked about this in the beginning. I had this whole plan about how we were going to be organized and show you this list and show you how to do this, and
life gets in the way.
Yeah. So we were just literally throwing stuff in and trying to get it into general zone. So, but, and the pump is still a little cranky.
Air in the line somewhere.
So I'm just going to turn it around and show you what we have to deal with. And there's some sorting and resorting and refiguring out. But we spent our first night in 2019 in the camper. Yay! Nettie, are you happy to be camping? Are you happy to be camping, Nettie? This is our camping dog. And this is our camping mess. That's not too bad. But if we start going around here, now you will notice that we used to have 2 chairs here. We pulled them out and put a bigger chair in here because it's really just John and myself. But 3 boxes of stuff that has to be dealt with there, plus the table, plus the bed and the bedroom. And no shower curtain yet. Okay. It took us 4.5 hours.
Sad but true. But what we did, I won't say learn, but what we've enjoyed out of this is now that we have a few seasons under our belt, we've been able to look at all the stuff that we have filled the trailer with in the past and knew what we have used and what we haven't used. There were a lot of things that we felt like we would use, but really didn't get a whole lot of use out of.
Right.
Yeah, and of course we have a list of stuff that we have to buy. You know, we
Kleenexes.
forgot things. Yeah. So let's have a look around.
So this is the rear of the rig. There's her back window, and one of the changes we put in here a few years ago is this shelf with hooks. It's amazing what such a simple thing does. It's like all the hats, no hats land on flat surfaces in our rig, which it sounds silly, but it's amazing how many times you have to move a hat because it's on the table. Then we go up. This is our Instapot with the lid that I've wrapped in the protective non-skid stuff so it doesn't rub against the wall. Next to it is our bags and foil and plastic wrap, all contained, and then some silicone lids live there. These are extra dish towels, and just in case we ever want to do dishes not in our sink, I have 2 small-ish dish pans up there, and they also store extra dish towels. This is our percolator coffee pot for when we're off grid. My mixing bowl set, which is all plastic, the lightweight, perfect. Go over here, we have, these are our snacks that are all contained, because I don't know about you, but every time I opened this door or one of these doors, because this is now moved over, I had, you know, potato chips or bags that would fall out on us, and it was totally obnoxious. We went for the canned goods. We have 2 shoe boxes full of canned goods, plus a little bit underneath here. These are trays that are on a tray holder or like a pot holder sorting thing in the corner, so they hold them up. So that's the stuff that we take out when we're doing barbecue, cooking outside, or, you know, s'mores, or needing to haul things, food stuff in and out of the camper easily. And we slide around. So this was where we had our storage stuff. And I had a shelf in here, and it was just always a mess. So one of the things when you are planning your stuff in your rig is you don't want any open spaces, because open spaces just cause things to slide around and you'll never be able to find it. You'll always be frustrated because it's, you know, something's tipped over. So if you look in here, I have, even though I have a space up front here, all of this stuff back here is wedged. So there's no, the only thing that's going to move around are these two little boxes, and I'll probably just lay them down. Everything else is in something and contained. So this is our dry goods, what little pasta we carry, flour, crackers. This little basket over here is holding what little kitchen appliances we have. We have a very small mixer and a very small food processor that's in there. And you slide over to this one where we have all of these baskets in here. This one is holding liquids plus the peanut butter, so it's holding honey and baking soda and vinegar. This has sugar, oil, and some pancake syrup. And then these two hold my spices. It's my plan in the next few years to go with the smaller spices. I don't really need these large versions as long as we're part-timing in here, but for the moment it is what it is. But again, there's very little wiggle room, and all of these fit in here, so it gets closed. So big change over here. We had, this was all full. These two, which is kind of hard to see. Let me turn off this light. These two were full, and it was kind of just a gathering place for stuff. So this is one of my, I will have to figure out what's going to go in here for when we're traveling, because obviously there's open space in there and that will not work out well. This has pens, all of our command strips, tape, you know, John called it arts and crafts stuff, went in there. This is our museum putty container. Then over here is kind of the command central. What's in here, John?
Well, in here we've got flashlights, an extra selfie stick, our radios. When they're done charging, will go in here and they'll store in that spot. We have our shopping list. This up here has extra notepads. It's got logs, manuals. So we have manuals in here for the trailer, all of the appliances that we have in here, any gadgets that we might acquire that come with a manual, that will go in there as well. My backup Wacom tablet is over here with the puck and stylus.
And again, everything tucks up in there so nothing slides.
That's correct. So all this stuff got to stay in there nice and tight. And then we keep this just handy so we have a place to write stuff as it comes to mind.
So again, we took out, we took out half of our banquette. So we still have the side of the banquette that has access point to the outside. That one's still intact, although we took off this edge trim piece because it was always falling off anyways. And these two stools, these footstools that are the perfect height actually for the table. The closest one has our pet stuff, our pet food, coats, extra leads. And then the back one, see, now we've touched the food. The back one holds our vacuum cleaner. So perfect, you know, that it's all tucked away. In the banquette that's over here, it's really like storage for parts. John has his parts bin in there and extra bolts and screws and fix-it stuff.
Our power cables go in there.
All that stuff lives there.
Yeah.
This was what was quote-unquote the entertainment zone right here. Obviously a TV, there's an outlet here for a TV. We don't have a TV in our rig, and if we did, this is not where we would put it. So this upper cabinet up here is what we call our entertainment. It has games and cookbooks and our guidebooks are all up there. Now that one is, not as well stored because, it's hard to Tetris that stuff in there. But it's pretty good down in there. And then these little cubbies down here, we used to just throw stuff in here. This one the lower one we use for like our drinks, extra drinks, and we use like our potatoes and onions when we're carrying that stuff that goes down below. And then the upper one has like our diffuser and cords and a clock and just random stuff. But what we found is when you're sitting on the back of the rig, you can see into these little cubbies. And when chaos is in here, it makes me crazy. So these little cube things that we found them at Target. For a few dollars, it makes everything look pretty. So, score. One of the other changes we did over in the kitchen, we only have 2 drawers in the rig that are not in the bedroom. So the lower one has probably more utensils than we need. I haven't gone through those yet, but the upper one had our forks, spoons, knives, and that little tray that sat on top. But the knives, we've had 2 sets of silverware in here. The knives never fit in that tray. So you'd have to pull out the tray in order to get to the knives underneath. And the only thing underneath was the knives and a couple of like serving utensils. So that thing is out of here after 3 seasons. The 4th season, we're starting with this, where my mixing cups and all the measuring stuff has come over here, which it used to be over on the other side of one of the uppers, because I found this adorable little sorter that holds. We had been using a cup up here for plasticware, and I found even when we had water, we were still reaching for the plasticware up here on the counter. So I'm like, we're going to just find something, and I found this, and I had it customized, so I can just tell that says Harris on it. And we've only used it once. We moved when the rig last night, and this thing did not move at all with the museum putty on it. So perfect. So that's it. Yay! Camping season 2019 has started. The rig has been cleaned out. It's been cleaned up. It's all set, ready to go. This weekend was not as much fun camping as the next weekend we will be on in 2 weeks, but it was needed.
And we could have done this out in front of the house, right? We could have parked the camper out in front of the on the street and done all of this, but wouldn't you kind of rather do it on a camping trip?
Yeah. I'll tell you what it does do, and this is why we pull out, and we are currently camped, maybe 5 miles of the crow flies from our house.
Yes.
But it's to work out all the kinks and get ready for the season. So this isn't really scheduled to be a fun trip. This is scheduled for what did we forget we needed? What do we need to change? Are there any problems, lines that are broken, electricity that's not working?
Test all the equipment.
Yeah.
Run the AC, run the heater at night, run the fridge for a period of time. It's kind of a shakedown cruise.
Yeah, and for us, because it's been stored for 6 months, it's a part of the Part-Time Rv'rs process. So I feel really good about starting this camping season this year. Not that I haven't enjoyed the last 3, but after 3 full seasons using it, we really have dialed in on what we're using and what we're not. We've made some changes that I really like, and it's opening up some space, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, pass-throughs are next, honey.
Yay. Love you. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was so long, but I know that if you're a part-timer, you have questions like we did. What are you carrying? What do you need to carry besides like the emergency equipment in your rig to make it livable for you? And everybody's different, and you have to figure it out. And sometimes you think you're going to be needing those extra glasses, and you use the same 4. So
yeah. So there you have it.
So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe, like,
hit the bell.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Do that.